Remember how the Washington Post falsely reported that Donald Trump's massive and sold-out rally in Pensacola, Florida in 2016 was empty? Remember how Post reporter Dave Weigel tweeted a photo of an empty arena, neglecting to mention that the picture was taken hours before the venue was actually open to the public? Well, guess what, folks? When it comes to underreporting numbers, fake news is alive and well in 2018. So over the weekend, we covered the rally at Queen's Park organized by members of the Chinese community. They were upset that elected officials were so quick to buy into the hijab hoax, in which a 11-year-old Toronto Muslim girl falsely claimed an Asian man shredded her headscarf with scissors. So it was that hundreds of mostly Chinese protesters assembled not only in Toronto but in other cities across Canada to demand an apology from Justin Trudeau and other political elites who were oh so quick to buy into the hijab hoax story, hook, line, and stinker. Make sure you check out my full report from the rally and Sheila Gunn-Reid's coverage of the Edmonton protests that occurred on Monday. But today, I want to focus on the media coverage of the Toronto protests. First of all, that media throng that jumped on the hoaxer story, well, they weren't interested in covering the protest. No, sir. They stayed away in droves. It seems they're only interested in doing stories about fake Islamophobia. However, reporter Kevin Connor of the Toronto Sun did drop by for about 15 minutes or so around 11:30 a.m., and he reported that about 30 protesters had assembled. Well, to quote Romulan Senator Verneck, "It's a fake." Oh, it's fake, all right. And how did Toronto radio station News Talk 1010 deal with such fake news? Well, they made it faker. Listen to morning man John Moore on the roundtable weigh in on the crowd size on Monday evening.
Yeah, this was a piddling protest. They say 30. I can barely find 10 in a picture.
A piddling protest? I can barely find 10 in a picture? How about we get Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld to weigh in on that analysis?
Fake, 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 fake.
Now, folks, here's what the protests looked like by the time the group marched down University Avenue around 1:30 p.m. Does that look like about 30 people? Does that look like barely 10? Does that look piddling to you? And was it any wonder they were chanting CBC fake news?
CBC fake news!
CBC fake news!
Rebel media, real news!
Rebel media, real news!
Simply put, if it doesn't fit their progressive narrative, then there's nothing to report on. Even so, I'd like to remind those members of the mainstream media about something. Namely, when it comes to telling the truth, you are indeed entitled to your own opinions, but you are not entitled to your own facts. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you like that rant, please consider becoming a premium subscriber and never miss another Rebel video.